most crucial ingredient of your application procedure, I must say. And I'll try to detail it so that it can help maximum students. Uh, First of all, I should say that people don't understand that this how they could make an impact on the minds of the admission committee. That is really important. They generally extend to write a generic SOP which has been guided or which has been going along, but you need to understand that you need to steer out from listing, just jotting down all the points that you have like come across in your entire journey. Rather, you need to make actually an impression that they could retain after like reading, so going through so many applications, right? Because they have like thousands of applications with them, and how can you understand, like they just have a glimpse of it. And in fact, like UCLA at one time had 1 lakh applications, so you can imagine how can they do it, how can just understand or be alert in every application. Okay, the first thing I'll say is the first paragraph that the students tend to write is first a quote that is like a personal choice, but then they start writing about the chemistry, like how they got enthralled with the chemistry, seeing some experiments in their institutions, and because of which the chemist inside them awoke, and because of so they write the first point about the subjects. Then they start with the bachelor's, or some people even include the 12th results if they have good results, and then the bachelor's thing, the bachelor's experience, then coming across to the master's, and then like writing all the research experiences. At the end, the professors, and that's it, end. But I believe that if you are starting, first of all, when you are starting the starting paragraph, so why don't you include some motivation? If you are a researcher, you might be working for something, a cause that might bring a change in the society. So why don't you bring up that? Because that will put an impact on the mind of the reader or the admission committee that, okay, this person is working for this. I'm not saying that if you are working for, say, renewable, your long-term extrapolated this good thing is, say, renewable sources of energy or the energy. Like I'm also working on water oxidation. I'm not preparing some renewable sources of energy in my lab, but still, for a longer, larger goal, you might be working on something. If you suppose like you're working for biochemistry, then you can write about how you can getting the cues from the nature to bring about a change, right? So you need to put a motivation and impact, a broader impact of the project that may have on the field or the scientific discipline. Okay, because I had seen some, why I'm stressing on this point is I've seen some SOPs. The student starts with the first paragraph of why he likes science. Because of when he was a student, he used to see on the sky why the sky is so blue. The second paragraph being why maths, because he saw some boxes in his notebooks, so he got fascinated, and that's why he became a theoretical chemist. So I don't know how will that impact actually the admission committee. So I guess this is a better way, mature, but still everything is a personal choice. Okay, and you can quote down things, but try to make things more decent and creative. Don't include too much of jargon in that, so that will just look more decent. Okay, so the next thing I can say is about the research perspective. I guess again from some of my stories, I'll say that I was very conscious about my application, about my profile, I can say. So what I used to do is when I was a junior, so I used to take my hard copy of my CV, and I used to roam around in front of some of the professors and used to show them for the recommendation. So I used to see that they analyzed just the first page of it, and that's it, just they had the glimpse of it. And that is actually natural, what admission committee might do. You need to write the best part of your credentials in the first page, like in the starting portion. So if a student is actually writing the bachelor's part, maybe he has not done such good things, he may have done some good things in the master's. So it's not necessary that you start with the initial portion, only initial journey of your life. You can just write the first paragraph, say, of motivation for whatever cause you're working, and you can end it by, if given a chance, I'll be thrilled to explore the highest echelon of research at so-and-so university. Then you can write in the second paragraph about first your prime interest lies in this research field, and about the research experience that actually motivated you the most to work for that field. Okay, and what the level of perspective and the level of optimization that research gave you. Okay, so how it actually helped you, how you were able to contribute. This question was asked by many professors in many of my interviews also. So I'm saying you should write about this in SOP. Then you can come to your other priority wise to other research experiences which were meant important for you. And actually, what happens is the university has some four to five questions that are written in their SOP section that they give in the advices how you should go along with your SOP. You can read that and just go along with your research experiences, explaining all those stuff. If you can incorporate any of these things, that will be really helpful. And I must say that, like, apart from the research experiences that you have innovatively tried to write, like I used to write this line of like the feeling of getting pure crystals, which has not been reported yet, is second to none. So, like, some of those things. But yeah, after writing these research experiences, I should say you can also jot down your ranks if you have some good ranks, because I was also feeling that I had some good ranks in the other exams that I used to give. So I wrote, like, apart from the coursework, I also gave 1 year of my preparation time for this, say, IIT JAM, which admits like less than 3% of the students to top IITs and stuff. So you can jot down all the other ranks as well in the same way. And you can also include, like, say, I appeared in NetJRF if you have, or in GATE exams. So this NetJRF, which monetarily assists the graduate program in India, and you can smartly introduce that. But I declined the offer because I wanted to actually pursue my graduate career in an esteemed university like this, and then tell about why this university, about the, like, apart from the research benefits, I was also inclined towards, I wanted to pursue that academic culture and all the stuff that you like about the university, and then about the professors. So this will make a good story, I hope. And don't leave it after the research thrust that you're writing about the professor, that you're intrigued by this things. After that, don't just leave it there. I guess you should conclude your SOP with something, a good line about the university, or anything that you feel comfortable or which you think is innovative enough. Like, say, overall, I was intrigued by the thoroughness of the research being undertaken at this university, taking into aspects ranging from, say, synthesis to spectroscopy to theoretical analysis to deliver like a compelling story. And I also want to inculcate such comprehensiveness in my own work ethics going forward with my graduate research. So you can just add on, like, and